apple of his eye. Sit right down, we're gonna give the scoop with Ryan Pfeiffer and Lisa Doop. Shamma-lamma ding-dong loop-de-loop. This is the story of a guy named Mr. Boop.
You're listening to Being Mr. Boop. You guys hear about this? My name is Ryan Pfeiffer, and I'm Mr. Boop.
My name is Lisa Doop, and I am Mr. Boop. I'm Mr. Boop.
Good. All right.
I got
Lisa.
I got distracted for a second.
Lisa, it's Sunday, March 1st, 2020, and today we're reading the 9th ever Mr. Boop strip. What happens in today's Mr. Boop?
In today's Mr. Boop, oh boy, sure is chilly out.
Sure is. Lisa, as you know, every Tuesday we do the Sandwich Roundup.
Yeah, well,
on Being Mr. Boop.
Specifically, we gotta also mention that this is also an episode of Sandwich Club.
I don't know what that is.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about. We do the Sandwich Roundup every Tuesday.
I thought we're still going to upload this to the Sandwich Club feed, though.
Absolutely not. No, they are competition.
No.
For those who don't understand what we're talking about, because I think most, if we have any listeners, most of them are probably listening for Mr. Boop and not
Sandwich Club.
for being for Sandwich Club. They're listening because they're familiar with Mr. Boop, not because they're familiar with Being Jim Davis. That has to change right now.
No, but I was thinking
if you don't know Being Jim Davis, you have to go. You're gonna be completely lost.
Episode.
You're gonna be completely lost. So you have to listen to every episode of Being Jim Davis. That comes out during this, podcast. And also every episode of Being Jim Davis that has come out prior to this podcast. And
then you've got to listen to the spin-off podcast Sandwich Club in sequential order.
No, you don't have. Sandwich Club is not necessary. You don't have to listen to Sandwich Club.
Okay, but I was thinking that it could be cross promotion. You know, if we drop a little episode into Sandwich Club.
See, I'm thinking the
opposite. Oh wow, there's a. What?
This is our this is our replacement for Sandwich Club.
No. Well, I'll just download the episode and put it in.
No,
the Sandwich
you can't
Club
put it in the
then.
Sandwich Club feed because then it'll be up twice. We can't do that. It'll be posted twice. We can't do that.
Most of the Sandwich Club episodes will be up twice. So
I think this violates our pitch drop contract if we post it to another feed.
Then let them fire us. We'll unionize.
A sandwich I got here. I have 1.5 tuna sandwiches with which are kind of dried out because I made them a while ago, and we recorded the first episode, and then we talked about whatever the fuck. What were we talking about? Canadian cartoons, YouTubers and stuff. Those were over 20 episodes. None of that's going in.
Oh,
that can be it. Maybe that'll be a bonus. No, probably not.
Yeah, being Canadian cartoons.
Well, that's not even the only thing we talked about.
That's what I'll do with my friend Sophia.
Huh?
That's what I'll do with Sophia. My friend.
So I have Cabot light cheddar cheese and Vlasic bread and butter pickles on these. Oh man, the bread's really dried out now.
Yeah,
and I got some. I also have some. I would talk about how I also have some baby carrots and Catalina dressing to dip them in, but those aren't sandwiches, so I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to say that I have those.
Well, this isn't Sandwich Club, so
and then we're not doing a drinks roundup, so I'm not going to say I also have some Code Red Mountain Dew, even though that was mentioned in a recent episode of Being Jim Davis when I sent them pictures of onion rings that I've eaten, and one of them was paired with a Code Red Mountain Dew. So that would kind of be a throwback to that, but I'm not going to mention it.
Okay, well, my sandwich, I like to call it the old World War II standard. So basically, during ration period, you couldn't get anything to fill your sandwich. So you just took one slice of bread, put some butter in it, then folded that. That's what I got here.
I made like an actual sandwich, and now they're stale.
This is an actual
my lunch
sandwich
today. By the way,
I've
If my
eaten-
buddy
I've
Cade
eaten
is
less for
listening to
lunch
this,
so
Cade,
far.
you're gonna want to stop listening to this episode because we're gonna be eating sandwiches now. We're gonna be eating throughout the rest of this episode. You're gonna want to turn this off.
Okay, but the World War II standard is a valid sandwich, and I've eaten it for lunch many times. And it only helps. To prove
Listeners,
the
I'm
point
going to have
that
to
the bread is stale.
apologize on behalf of my co-host here. She's British.
Well,
So you're
Actually,
going to have to excuse her food taste.
it's just butter in some bread, and it's delicious. Sometimes I don't even put
That's
in
not
the
a
bread.
sandwich.
I just fold. I just
Lisa,
fold
that's
a piece
not a
of bread.
sandwich.
It's a. Why is that a sandwich?
Because... Oh god, there's an ant. What the fuck? Sorry. Because that's just bread and butter. If you go to a restaurant, oh fucking ant.
You go to a restaurant for a sandwich?
If you go to a restaurant and they bring out bread rolls. Sorry, I'm away from
Yeah.
the microphone. Oh, and my headphones are falling out. There's an ant and I'm trying to get the ant. Ah, god fucking damn it, where did it go? Great, now I have no idea where it is. It's gonna wind up in my food, probably.
And your sandwich.
If you go to a restaurant and they bring out bread rolls and you put butter on them, what, that's a sandwich?
No, because it's not using sandwich bread. It's not sliced bread.
You don't
This is
need
the
to
fact
use,
that I-
you don't need to use sandwich bread to make a sandwich.
I've used sliced bread and I've halved it, and I've folded that in half, and then I've put bread in. I've sandwiched some butter between it.
But technically, that's
I'll
what you're
do 'cause-
doing when you get a bread roll and you put butter in it. You're sandwiching
Yeah,
the,
but that's
the
it's
butter
different.
between the bread. Where the
So, I
fuck is
mean-
that ant?
Earl of Sandwich would approve. Anyway, you're
This
insulting
isn't
my
isn't being Earl of Sandwich.
Well, you're.
I don't think he
You're-
would
you're
approve because he didn't put butter. Because that was already a thing. People would put butter on bread, probably.
No.
When he invented the
They didn't
sandwich, he
fold
put
it.
meat and cheese between bread.
No. He folded it. He folded his sandwich. That's how he.
It's not about the method. It's about the ingredients.
It's not about the ingredients because it's just butter.
Exactly. It's just butter. That's not a sandwich.
It is a sandwich because you've sandwiched the butter between the bread.
I slaved away making this.
And it's a
tuna
pretty.
sandwich.
Hey man, you heard when we started this. You heard how quickly I made this.
I thought you were making a peanut
But
butter
it's-
and jelly or something. I should have just defrosted some Uncrustables,
But the thing is,
which would have been much
it's
quicker.
not like
to eat,
it's
too.
not like I just thought about this. When you first said prepare a sandwich, I thought to myself, "Oh man, I'm gonna bring on the old World War II standard because this is what I have for lunch every day."
That's not healthy. That's
What do
very
you-
unhealthy.
What do you mean?
This is way too much food.
See, you need to simplify your sandwiches.
You need to complify
you-
your sandwiches.
All you really need: butter.
Huh?
You don't even need 2 slices of bread. I bet you use 2 slices of bread of yours.
I did use 2 slices of bread. Well, I used 3 because I
Wait.
made 1.5 sandwiches.
No, wow.
One of them I did
So
just
you
fold.
un-
One of the slices of bread I did just fold in half for a sandwich.
Now you see, you're
But I
using
cut
2
it in
slices
half.
of bread, but like, come on, you gotta ration that bread. Who knows when the next shipment of bread is coming in?
Next week when I go to the grocery store,
No. Oh, but what if?
I have
What
a
if
whole
the-
I have a whole other package of Hawaiian bread for Sandwich Club in the fridge.
What if the Nazis? They destroy your bread. Or if
This
they
is not.
type-
This is wheat bread, by the way. This is not Hawaiian bread. That's for a different sandwich.
What do you think of brown bread? Just as good?
What you mean, like from a can?
No, what brown bread?
They sell that in a can. Brown bread.
No, they.
Yeah, they
what?
Canned bread. Look up.
No, no.
Look up canned bread.
Brown bread.
Brown bread from a can.
Yeah. Not from a what? Okay, but
Look up
does it
canned
exist
bread.
not from a can?
I'm
Does it
sorry.
exist
The
not from
carrots are gonna be the most noisy thing.
Okay, but does it exist from not a can? Like, can you
Sure.
get brown bread without a can? Can you? How is it? Do you like it?
What? I don't know what
'Cause-
you're talking about.
You don't know what brown bread is?
The first thing that comes up when I search brown bread is B&M brown bread from a can.
Well, that's not what I see. I guess it's a cultural thing. But brown bread is just like bread that's like
The
brown
shopping
and
results.
slightly more.
Shopping results.
It's-
The first result is B&M brown bread, which is what the fuck? $42 for a can of brown bread? What?
Mine is not brown. I gotta show you what brown bread is.
Why is it
Look like-
$42 for a 16-ounce can? Is 16 ounces a lot? I don't know. I don't know measurements. I don't know how that works.
Look at this. I'm doing the Wikipedia bit. Okay, look.
Frequently, I'm doing the Amazon bit. Frequently bought together, not sponsored. Fuck Amazon. Frequently
Yeah.
bought together. B&M brown bread, B&M
Look.
brown raisin bread, and Bega canned cheese. 6
I can't
cans.
believe the brown bread.
The
doesn't
Bega,
exist.
the 6-pack of Bega canned cheese is often bought together with B&M brown bread and
wheat bread.
Red
Sometimes
Feather,
okay,
a can
in
of
the US
Red
it's
Feather
referred-
Creamery canned butter from
it's
New
called
Zealand.
Wheat bread in America, apparently.
What, wheat bread?
Yeah, wheat bread. Is that a thing?
That's what
That
I'm
you're
eating
aware
right
of.
now.
That's what you're eating?
Yeah.
What do you think? Just as good as white bread?
As what? Why? No, white bread's disgusting.
You don't like white bread?
No, that's like junk food. Is that what you're eating? Is white bread?
Yeah, that's what I'm always eating. Even
You're
my
eating
butter
white
sandwiches.
bread and butter? No, that's definitely not a sandwich because that's barely even bread.
Why is white bread not bread?
Because it's like people use white bread in arts and crafts like it's not. It's like a sponge. It's not.
What are you on?
I don't know. It's
What are you
full of
talking
chemicals.
about?
It's not bread.
No, it is.
It's like Subway
It's-
bread.
No, I like,
Foreshadowing.
it's like it's made from wheat. It's made from.
Oh god, we should really. Okay, I'm not even attempting to read this. All right, four panels as always. Panel 1, Mr. Boop and his wife Betty Boop are out on the town, in the wind, all dressed up for the
I've got
chilly.
some questions. Okay,
chilly
I've got some
weather.
questions about Betty Boop's outfit.
Why don't you describe what they're wearing?
So Mr. Boop, he's wearing a winter coat with a scarf, and he's like, he's brooding. He's like, ooh,
You think that's brooding?
ooh, he's brooding, and Betty Boop, she's wearing what seems to be like she's wearing a fur coat, but underneath she's wearing like a leotard, I guess,
I'm gonna be eating in this
with
episode because
a belt. But also, now the biggest question is she's got a strap around her leg with a heart in it. And I'm wondering, is that a tattoo? And are we meant to believe that she's been wearing tights the whole time? Or
Is
but
that
what else could that be?
Is that a reference to Electral Heart?
Yeah, well, sure, why not? But it's like, what is that? And she's also wearing a fur coat. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Yeah, she's wearing a big fur coat over this like leotard.
This
outfit.
very skimpy outfit.
It's like
I mean,
lingerie. Yeah, it's very skimpy.
I think the joke here is that Mr. Boop, the canonical Mr. Boop, is a horny man who is drawing a comic about how much he has the hots for Betty Boop, so he's drawing her in a sexy outfit.
Well, it's his
in
wife.
the cold. Oh yeah, it's his wife. I forgot about that.
So I mean, of
and
course,
this
of course
actually
he has the
happened.
hots
So this,
for her,
well, I mean,
'cause
this is
it's-
what she was actually wearing when this happened. I assume. You know.
Maybe he took some artistic liberties there. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Um,
So basically, we have our first dialogue bubble,
Well,
in the
you
first
didn't say
panel.
what.
I missed.
Did you say
What
what he's
did- what-
wearing?
what did-
He's wearing like a
Yeah, I
coat and
did.
scarf. All right.
That's what I said.
All right.
Anyway, he's brooding and he says, "I'm gonna go to the insane asylum." And Miss Betty Boop
Yeah,
says,
Betty. Her
she thinks to herself,
think-alog reads. I wasn't expecting that.
"Yeah, how about that?" And the second panel, we've got Mr. Boop's face covering the whole right side, and he says,
Yeah, he's coming out from like the right side of the panel.
like
He's in the corner there, and the rest
the
of the
cameras-
panel is the speech bubble.
The
Okay,
cameras
we
from
got some
shoulders
overlap here.
upwards.
Like the speech bubble is going out of the panel.
I like when comics do that. It's pretty.
The speech
pretty
bubble is going
fun.
out of the panel, and the thought bubble from the last panel is like going into the second panel a little bit, and also his head is covering part of the speech bubble in panel 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, what does he say?
So he says, "I'm gonna tell them to throw me in a cell, cause I'm scared I'll go crazy and divorce you one day." And the third panel, which
Panel
is basically
3.
the same as the first panel, except
It's
he's
pretty
crying
similar,
now.
but Betty's
And
expression is
Betty's
kind
looking
of like,
slug.
oh please, like it's.
He's
And
like,
and Alec is crying with a sad face. He's not brooding anymore. He's just got a sad face, and he's a tear coming down from one of his eyes.
"Boo, boo, 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 boo," and she says, "Shut up! You're not gonna divorce me." And then
That's what her speech bubble reads. Panel
then
4.
the third panel, they're hugging, and he
Did
says,
you said?
"It
Did you
would
say?
be
You
so-"
said third panel.
No, I said panel 4.
I thought it sounded like you said the third panel. Anyway, fourth
fourth
panel.
panel.
They're hugging.
It would be. And
She's
she
giving. She's
says-
kissing the top of his head. And there's some hearts, and it says "moi."
Mwah.
And
And it's-
her
it says- it
speech
would-
bubble says, "It would be so stupid to divorce me," with 4
And
O's.
I think the joke here is that it's it's like a toxic relationship. She's like, "You're stupid," you know. She's saying that you're stupid. It would be stupid to divorce
I think the
me, kinda
joke
like
is that, like, he's married to Betty Boop. He's
I mean-
lucky to be married to Betty Boop. Like, it would be stupid.
I mean, there's
to divorce her.
multiple layers. There's multiple layers here. I think that
It's like
maybe
an onion. It's like a parfait.
maybe it. Yeah, it's like it would be
It's like
stupid
Shrek.
to divorce Betty Boop, but at the same time, she's kind of being manipulative of him right now, saying it would be stupid to divorce me. Kind of, planting that in his head. And I feel like maybe at this point in the strip,
I would say
It
that
is-
when she says "shut up, you're not going to divorce me," that's a bit toxic. But
Really?
but the
Uh.
fourth panel, it would be so stupid to divorce me. I don't know about that being toxic.
I think that at this point in the strip, Alec was maybe at least considering writing it so that something awful does happen. Like, as in, they do get divorced, probably because of real reasons. But
You think something
but
was
I think that
happening in Alec's
I-
real life where
I don't.
where
No, I just think that I think that was the direction he was going to go with it, but then he took a left turn, or at least the direction he was laying down was going to happen.
I'm not exactly
Either
sure
way.
what your theory is.
Like,
here.
I feel like at this point in the strip, he was going to write it so that they get divorced.
Well, we don't know what happened
because,
yet.
well, yeah, well.
No, like
Dude,
I'm not even just saying that because it's March 1st, 2020. I mean, we if we talk about like what we know is going to happen, then like we have to assume whoever is listening to this doesn't necessarily know what's going to happen because
Yeah,
people
but
who like, for example, if Chris or John or anyone like from if anyone listening to Being Jim Davis listens to this, they're not going to know about Mr. Roop. They're not going to know what happens.
Well, yeah, but I feel like we should use this medium to also discuss.
Well,
Like, just
I don't
Mr.
think we
Roop,
should
what we think
discuss
about
anything
Mr.
that happens in the future, unless we're just like.
I think that hindsight is, could be useful for these discussions. Like, I think that whilst he did go in a different direction, I think that at this time he was thinking of maybe making it
The thing is,
morphs
like,
as,
they
yeah.
do that a little bit on Being Jim Davis, but Garfield is not like a plot-driven strip. Like, I don't want to spoil anything.
Like, no. I suppose. I don't know.
I don't want to spoil anything. That's the thing.
Okay, well, I'll discuss that later. I'll discuss it when we get to that. Instead,
That? What do you mean?
when I get to the the end of Act 1, I'll.
Well, now
discuss all
you're
the
saying that
in
there's like
hindsight I
acts
have.
and stuff. All right, whatever.
Well, it's not a spoiler. There's acts. Like, I mean,
I guess. I mean, you don't really know that at the time that there's.
you don't know once you're reading it, but it
It's
doesn't
weird
really
the way
affect-
it's presented.
it
By the
doesn't-
way, we didn't mention this. I should start mentioning these. I keep forgetting. There's like he writes something every time he tweeted one of these out. There's like a little. I'm just gonna read them all out here. So the first
Flavor
strip he
text.
wrote, new daily comic strip I invented about what it's like being married to Betty Boop. Second strip he wrote, and here's a bonus second one to get the ball rolling because it was it's been most of these first ones were like there were multiple on the same day. Then he wrote, I made 500 of these and I'll post a new one every day until I die. So we're gonna have a lot of we really have the same mission as Being Your Davis here because you know.
Yeah.
Then he said another bonus boop for all the boop heads out there. Kind of feels like he was struggling to find things to write with these, like I have when I tweet out the episode clips. Then he wrote, just got back from the boop mines with another one for you. Then he wrote, I made way too many comics about being married to Betty Boop, so I'm just going to keep posting them. Then he wrote, happy Sunday, have a boop. Then he wrote, let's keep this boop train chugging along. And then for this one, he wrote, the accumulated filth of this website will look up and shout, more boop. And I'll look down and whisper, sure. That was, it's interesting. I'm not going to say what the next one is, but the next one is literally like the type of thing we would write as a synopsis. And what I wrote as a synopsis for the next one is not. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I guess that's, I don't know. Do you have anything else to say about this one?
Not particularly. The outfit's weird.
The outfit is weird.
That's
it's
it.
very, it's probably the skimpiest. This is like,
Disagree.
huh?
She gets into a lot more skimpy outfits.
No,
later
so
in the
far.
strip.
So far.
I mean, so far, yeah.
Yeah, no, don't, yeah, alright, whatever.
Trust me, guys. Oh, man.
Oh, we didn't mention he has a
Spoiler
Muppet
alert.
nose in all 4 of these panels.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Spoiler alert, but Betty Boop dresses skimpily.
I think this is the most. I think it's probably the most sexual strip so far.
It's the most uncomfortably sexual her outfit has been.
So far,
to me.
So far,
I mean,
yeah.
also throughout the entire strip, I like.
Are you kidding?
Like, I mean,
Are you kidding?
I can look at the and be
All right,
like, yeah, that's
whatever.
just a
I'm
funny-
gonna cut all this out. Whatever.
bleep that. Yeah, bleep that. I can look at the
I'm
latex
just gonna end the
outfits.
episode. Whatever.
Okay, I can look at the latex outfits and all of that and be like, ooh, that's a funny cartoon lady in a funny outfit. But when I look at this, I'm like, I don't know. I'm seeing too much skin here.
But she
Maybe
shows
it's-
way more skin in those other outfits.
Does she? I don't know.
She's practically naked.
Yeah, but when it's just a funny naked cartoon character. This is just like a.
This
I
is
don't
just. It's funny because she's Betty Boop. She dresses skimpily. That's like a thing she's known to do.
I don't know. I can't think of any of the later skimpy outfits like the. But I can just think of the.
Yeah,
like-
exactly.
But
Or,
that
no,
one
okay,
doesn't
that
make,
one's latex, sure. But there was
yeah,
what
that one
about?
doesn't make me uncomfortable.
There's one where she's like literally she got on.
Oh yeah, well that one's also just a funny little outfit.
How that's way more skimpy than this.
Well, yeah, but it's not the skimpiness; it's the content of the. It's the content of the outfit.
The context is that it is even more sexual. This is just them walking out, and but she's dressed skimpily because she's Betty Boop. So it's funny because it's not a sexual situation, but she's just dressed like that because she's Betty Boop.
I'm not saying it's not funny. I'm just I don't like this.
I don't like it either, but I think it's not like the other stuff is way worse.
I think that later stuff is exaggerated to a point where it's silly, but this is kind of just like something that someone would actually
I don't know
wear and would make me uncomfortable. I don't know.
You wouldn't be uncomfortable if someone was wearing like a...
I mean, if it was Betty Boop, no.
But if Betty Boop was wearing this, you would be?
Yes. Well, I mean, we're just describing the exact situation. Yes. Anyway, let's
all right,
just go to
whatever.
the next
All right.
episode.
I probably will leave all that and just maybe bleep some stuff. You've been listening to Being Mr. Boop, unless you already turned it off, but then you wouldn't hear this tagline anyway. You can visit the show's website at www.beingmrboop.com for our full catalog of episodes and to sign up to host the podcast. The co-host the podcast. Why does this say for like FORE? 4 more updates. 4 more and 7 updates ago. Follow Mr. Boop Pod on Twitter at Mr. Boop Pod.
When you boop in the snooping, you're just gonna see snooping.
No, don't do your... Because... Alright, this says self-promotion catchphrase on it. We never promoted anything. We're like 9 episodes in. We never promoted anything.
I got an album. I got
Let's promote our out-of-context accounts.
Oh, I've got out of context. Follow out of context.
Because at the end of the last recording session, this was not in any of the episodes, but after we were recording, we started talking about out-of-context accounts, and then afterwards, we both ended up making out-of-context accounts. I made old school YouTube out of context, which is at OSYTOOC. It doesn't roll off the tongue, but that's the abbreviation. Old school YouTube out of context at OSYTOOC. And Lisa, you made...
I made no context Frank Sidebottom, and it's no Sidebottom.
Did you say Spank Sidebottom?
No, Frank Sidebottom. I'm thinking about that Betty Boop now.
No.
Anyway, if anyone doesn't know, if Frank Sidebottom was a comedian singer from England.
Frank Sidebottom is a character from the movie Frank.
Yeah, in the 80s and 90s and 2000s, he made television appearances and public appearances, and he wore a big fat head, and he did silly things that were chaotic and silly.
He's a British pop culture figure, and my account is posting all sorts of old stuff from back in the day in YouTube. You know, the golden era, late 2000s, early 2010s, and also mid 2000s.
Are you going to post some Jonathan
Tronathan
clips? Are you going to post some Jonathan Tronathan clips?
Jontron? I think I did post one from early Game Grumps. Nothing is off limits. If it's like offensive or whatever, like that's because that's what YouTube was back then. It's been really fun, like digging into the old YouTube stuff, and I think you also said it's been really fun, like digging into old Frank Bottom stuff. It's like, God, I remember all this old YouTube stuff, and it's just like I'm just digging back into it, and it's like such a crazy like snapshot in time where all this stuff was like people would post this type of stuff. I found one clip. I don't think I posted this one yet, but it's from a video called like Emo Minecraft Gangnam Style from Olga K. Olga K, of course, big YouTuber back in the day. And so this one was just her in her emo character playing Minecraft, and every few minutes it would just cut to a clip of her in the emo character like doing the Gangnam Style dance for like a few seconds, and then it would cut back to Minecraft. And there was no reason for any of it. It was just that the context for that clip is It was 2012. That's the context.
Exactly.
Anyway, we probably spent too much time talking about all that stuff.
Just fade out after I say
No, I'll
it.
fade out now.
This podcast was brought to you by the Pitch Drop Podcast Network. Like what you just heard? Support the show by going to patreon.com/pitch drop. And while you're at it, check out pitchdrop.net for more of this and other shows.